Good afternoon guys, Vincent with Finance America. In this video we're going to talk about exactly what do you need to do to be able to get business funding in 3 days. Let's get straight into it. So the first thing I want to talk about in this video is going to be the importance of being able to get that funds in 3 days. So the first thing is going to be if you have payroll, invoices, anything like that, and you need funding in 3 days, we're able to provide that funding, and a lot of lenders as well are able to provide that funding. So I know a lot of people struggle with payroll. You don't have a lot of margins. You have maybe a 20% margin, 30% margin. So this month wasn't the best month. You made a lot of revenue, but your margin went down to 10 or 5%. You had a lot of losses, whatever it was, especially if you're in the restaurant industry, things like that. So the importance of being able to have funding in 3 days is crucial. So there's two major things I'm going to recommend you. It's going to be either a hard money loan, kind of like an MCA loan, or a business line of credit. Now, business line of credit, you can get approved in a couple days to a week, and then you have that funding forever where you don't have to keep reapplying for that funding. You'll be able to have that funding for long periods of time with no issue. So the first thing I want to talk about is going to be what are your funding options. There's going to be two major funding options you'll be able to have. The first one is going to be an MCA loan. That loan is good because you can get approved in 24 hours or less, but that loan does have way higher interest rates, 30, 40%. But if you're in a tight spot, you're in an emergency and you need those funds fast, that will be able to give you the options to get that funding when needed, how needed. Now, the second option takes a little bit more time, but it's what I recommend more. It's gonna be to get a business line of credit. With the business line of credit, it'll take a couple days to a couple weeks to be able to get funding, but you might be able to get $750,000, $1 million on a credit card, a business line of credit, which you'll be able to use whenever needed, and you only pay for what you use. Unlike a traditional loan where you get a loan for $1 million, but you only need $300,000 or $400,000 of that, and you're paying interest on that full million, and you have to pay it back. With the business line of credit, of course, you have to pay it back, but you get to use it when needed, how needed. You don't have to go out there and get a loan every single time. You have that credit, that capital available to you when needed. The second thing I want to talk about today, guys, is going to be you have to go to online lenders. If you want to get business funding in 3 days and get approved and have the money in your bank account, you cannot go to a traditional bank. You can go, but you're going to be wasting time. If you want the funds and you need the funds as fast as possible, you have to go to an online lender that offers MCA loans, hard money loans, or business lines of credit. Now, like I mentioned before, business lines of credit does take longer to get approved. It could take a couple days to a week or two, but you have that funding forever. You don't always have to apply. You have $1 million, $2 million, $3 million in funding in your, let's say, credit card, which you're able to use every single month to be able to buy your inventory, pay payroll while you're still waiting for invoices to come in, account receivable. You're able to have that credit available. Now, each one has its pros and cons. If you need funding as fast as possible, you need to pay payroll tomorrow, past tomorrow, go with that MCA. If it's the 1st of August, the 2nd of August, the 3rd of August, and you know by the end of this month it's not going to be that good of a month, but you need to pay payroll, you need to buy inventory, get that business line of credit where it'll take a week to get approved. You have the funds forever whenever you use them, and you only pay on the funds you use. If you get approved for $1 million and you only use $250,000, you're only going to pay interest on that $250,000. You won't pay interest on that $1 million. But you do have access to that $1 million when needed and if needed. But the great part is, like I mentioned before, you only pay interest on the amount that you're using, not on the full amount that you got approved for. But MCA and hard credit lines of business each have its pros and cons. I do recommend more the business line of credit if you have a little bit more time. If you don't have that time, get that MCA loan, be able to survive with your business, be able to keep expanding that business. The third thing I want to talk about is going to be consider factoring companies. What factoring companies do is they pay you on invoices, on unpaid invoices. So if you have an invoice for $500,000 because you just built a home and they haven't paid that invoice, that factoring company will give you the $500,000 and you pay them 1% a month, 2% a month of that invoice, and that's how they make their money through that interest rate. But if you have invoices that aren't paid and that's the money you need, that's the cash flow you need to be able to pay payroll, to be able to get inventory, that's a way to get paid on those invoices immediately and be able to continue in business and not go bankrupt, be able to survive and expand. That's not a very bad option. It's a very good option, I would say, if you have a lot of invoices that are unpaid. Now, if just the business was slow, it wasn't good, I would say go with the business line of credit or with that MCA. Now, with factoring company, I don't personally do factoring here at financeamericatoday.com, but if you go to a factoring company, I think it's about a week or two to get approved on those invoices. So it's not a bad option if it's the beginning of the month and you have to pay payroll and all your bills at the end of the month. Get that factoring company going on getting paid on those invoices. It won't be a bad option for your business to be able to get the funding it's needed by the end of the month to cover its bills. Another thing is going to be present a strong case. If your business is only making 10, 20, 30K a month and it's not really profitable or it has its good and bad months, present a strong case to the lender in saying, okay, I need $200,000 to cover my bills this month, but if I'm able to get $750,000 in funding, I can cover my bills plus have an extra $350,000, $400,000, whatever that number is, to be able to expand my business, and I will be able to pay back the loan plus the interest rate and be able to expand that business. Remember, the lender doesn't want to risk its money. It doesn't want to give money to bad people who don't pay their loans back. It wants to give the money to lenders who will be able to pay back their loans with their interest rate, not have problems, nothing like that. So if you're able to present a very good and strong case to the lender, the bank, the online lender, and tell them, this is what I want to do with this capital. This is the money I need to survive, but this is what I want to do with this capital to be able to expand, double, triple my business. Another option is if they don't approve you, let's say you go for a business line of credit, you need $200,000 worth of funding, and they only approve you for $250,000, $250,000 worth of funding. If you need $250,000 to cover your bills, but you want $1 million, you want that extra $750,000 to be able to expand your business, what I would say is don't decline the offer. Get that business line of credit so you're able to survive and pay your bills for the end of this month. But once you accept that, also apply for a business loan or a business loan term, depending on the name of it. But that you can apply for that $750,000 and present a good case on why you need that $750,000 to be able to expand your business. That is something I really recommend. If you don't get approved for the full amount in the business line of credit, don't get discouraged. Take that money, survive, pay the payroll, pay the expenses you have, and then get a business loan, and you'll be able to expand that business. But very important, present a strong case to show how you're going to pay the money back and how you're going to expand your business. The fourth thing I want to talk about is going to be follow up with the lender. If you're talking to lenders and they're moving kind of slow, go to another lender. But if you already did an application where they ran your credit so your credit doesn't get damaged, I would say stick to that lender and put pressure on them, follow up with them. Now, you would want to make this step before you go with that lender. If it's not a good lender, do your research, make sure they are a trusted lender, a good lender, like at financeamericatoday.com. Make sure they're a good lender, make sure they're going to follow up with you. If not, and you made a mistake, you didn't do your research and you were in a stressed out moment, you just applied this stuff, well, follow up with them, call them every 30 minutes, every hour, and make sure that you're submitting your application, they're doing everything correctly on your behalf. Remember, the lender wants to get paid, they need to loan out money, follow up with them. It won't hurt you, it will help you in any case whatsoever. But before I would even get to that step and follow with the lender so much, I would say do your research, look at the reviews, understand what that lender does, what is the specialty of that lender, like that you don't have that issue. The fifth thing I want to talk about today is going to be negotiate with the lender. Once you get approved, if you're not in a time crunch, you have a little bit of time, negotiate with the lender and tell them, I think that interest rate is unfair, I think that interest rate is a little bit too high, I think you're taking advantage of me because of the time constraint I have with my business. Negotiate with them and tell them if they're offering you 5% interest rate, say I need 4% interest rate, I need 3% interest rate. If they're offering you 10, 12, 14, 15% interest rate, negotiate with the lender. That will allow you to get better terms, better payments, and everything. Don't be afraid to negotiate with the lender. Worst case scenario, they say no, then guess what? You go straight back to that same offer you had, a 15% interest rate, for example. You can always take back the loan you had, but it wouldn't hurt you at all to negotiate with the lender and say, no, I think that's unfair. I think that's not the correct amount I should receive. I think I should be able to get this amount depending on my credit, my business, the profitability, how much am I making per month. Negotiate with the lender. Don't be scared to negotiate with them and be able to execute and move forward with the lender. This is pretty much your final step. Once you do get funded, you have that money, use the money wisely. Just because you got approved for more than you need, like most of the times you will, just because you got approved for more than you need, use the funds wisely. Make sure that the money you receive, you're using it for what you're actually gonna use it for. Don't spend it on a Rolex or anything like that. Use that money and be able to expand your business if that's what you got the loan for, or be able to use that money for payroll and expenses if that's what you got the loan for. Use the funds very wisely and make sure you're able to get the funding and then use it wisely to expand your business and cover your expenses. Don't go out there and buy stupid stuff. No, grow your business, expand your business. Once that business is making cash flow, you're able to go to vacation, go here, go there, but grow your business first. Make sure that business is your #1 priority and make sure to use those funds in a very good and wisely way. In conclusion, guys, I wanted to make this video because I received a lot of comments on my last video on how to get funding fast, because a lot of businesses were needing funding, especially in the type of economy we are. Businesses need capital, they need funding, they need bills to get paid, they need payroll to get paid. So I wanted to make this quick video on how to get business funding in 3 days. If you guys follow exactly what I'm telling you in this video, you guys will easily be able to get approved in 3 days and get more funding than what you need. Create that strong case so you're able to show the lender why you need that money, how you're going to be able to expand your business, and you'll be able to get the funds in less than 3 days. Another thing, if you guys are looking for an online lender, I recommend, it's my business, so I'm a little bit biased, financeamericatoday.com. We offer hard money loans, MCA loans, business lines of credit, equipment financing, all the loans that you need, we offer them, and we're not a traditional bank. We don't move slow, we move fast. So if you do need any type of loans, any type of money, any type of capital, we will be able to cover you. Give us a call, go to our website, fill out the application, give us a call. Our phone number is on that website. It's gonna be financeamericatoday.com. I'll also put a link down below so you can just click on that and go directly to our website. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below any other video ideas you guys do have. If it's a very good idea and I think it's something that's worth answering for you guys, I will create a whole video around that question, like that you're able to answer all the questions you guys have and provide as much value for you guys so you guys are able to expand your business and get the capital that you guys need. Have a great day.